Most Americans know I'm qualified to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces because as a community organizer, I've had so much experience with the staple gun. But what I want to talk about now is home foreclosures and keeping Americans in their homes. Now, about a year and a half ago, I introduced Hope for Homeowners. This program, I said, would help millions of Americans stay in their homes. Well, I was only saying that because I had to say something to make it sound like I really cared. But what we're really trying to do is get white people out of their houses and keep black people in their homes. The program in the first place was designed to keep people who couldn't afford homes to get the homes in the first place. Now we got to get them to keep it. Now, if you looked at the statistics, you wouldn't know this, but the few people who were helped were all minorities. Now, the foreclosures have continued since that time, have continued to increase. And this year, 2011, should be worse than 2010. But that doesn't bother me because that's what I'm here to do, is to transform America into a banana republic. Now, I'm working with the people that own me, the world banks, and the multinational corporations. And between us, we're going to do what we can to destroy the Judeo-Christian culture and civilization. Now, what we want to do is turn what used to be the American middle class into low-wage workers. One of the ways we're doing this, of course, is through all of my policies. They're all designed to have the same negative effect on the American Judeo-Christian culture. And that's because I hate white people, and especially Jews. I want to get back to that later on in this conversation. But right now, I want to talk about food stamps. There are more Americans on food stamps now than have ever been in the history of this nation. I guess you could call me the food stamp president. You could call me the foreclosure president. Whatever you call me, it's probably going to begin with the letter F. But we want to see Americans dependent on the government for their daily bread. This way, Washington, D.C. is like God. Give us this day our daily bread. You depend on me and the American government to feed you. This is what we're trying to do. We want a lot of people who are dependent on the government for their very subsistence. Now, let's talk about small business. We're doing whatever we can to destroy small business. As you know, there's a lot of small banks that are being closed every week. And those small banks that were forced to give bad loans by a coercive force of law, and now that their loans have gone bad, we're closing those banks, and of course we're giving them to my friends. The mega multinational banks are getting those banks. Now, the other thing I want to talk about in terms of destroying small business, and we haven't been completely able to destroy small business. However, I have a new program, and we're calling this Bring Your Lawyer to Work Day. Now, if you bring your lawyer to work, it's a very good possibility they'll find all kinds of violations and all kinds of things that we can sue them for, put them in financial hardship, and perhaps close your business, close the business you work for. And you don't have to worry because we're going to extend unemployment benefits indefinitely. So help us close the small business you work for by bringing your lawyer to work. Bring your lawyer to work day, May 23rd, 2011 will be the first bring your lawyer to work day. Now the other thing, my administration has been working behind the scenes to stir up trouble in Egypt. Now we sent a lot of people over there to encourage the Muslim Brotherhood and let them know that now's their time to make their move to take over Egypt. And this is all part of my goal to destroy Israel. And we have a lot of encouragement for the Muslim Brotherhood, because we want to see all these so-called Muslim nations like Egypt, supposed to be a Muslim nation. Why are they friendly with Israel? We have to make sure that that doesn't happen, and we're going to see to it that any Muslim nation that's friendly with Israel will be overthrown by the Muslim Brotherhood. And I'm hoping that someday we can see the Muslim Brotherhood have a much greater presence in the United States. This is all part of our plan. Now, somebody like Pat Condell is not aware of this, but between me and the world bankers and multinational corporations, we would like to see Islam take over, because we need a monolithic one world religion. And the radical Islam will be the tool that we need to do the dirty work to destroy the Judeo-Christian culture, because the Judeo-Christian culture is one that is an affront to our complete control of the world. So we will be using Islam as our main tool to do the dirty work, to do the killings and the beheadings. Make no mistake about it. If you're a Muslim nation friendly to Israel, we will see to it that you will be overthrown. I just want to thank the mainstream media and underwear bloggers all around the nation that are giving their blind loyalty to my presidency. Thank you.